got 2 of my dream pairs of Dr Martens in the mail, so let's talk about buying Dr Martens secondhand. Hey pals, friendos and fam, I am Jen, and again, I'm here with another Dr Martens video. Why? Because you guys keep watching it. So basically, I got 2 pairs of Docs in the mail just last week. These have been on my wish list for so long. I got these white Chelsea boot kind of quad ones, and also these Bethan Dr Martens, which are on basically everyone's wish list, so I feel like I won a prize getting these. That's so amazing. So basically it sparked the question though, how do you actually buy Dr Martens secondhand? Now I buy most of my Dr Martens off Depop, or I go thrifting, but there's definitely more options out there like Poshmark and I don't know, eBay. I think I eBayed some Docs in the beginning, but yeah, there's many ways that you can buy thrifted Docs, and I would say like 75% of my Dr Martens, sorry, I'm looking around at all of them scattered across my floor, 75% are thrifted and secondhand, so I thought I am your girl, I can help you with your secondhand Dr Martens needs, and yeah. But before I crack into it, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and my Instagram is @NawandaYears if you want to follow that for some fashion inspo and reminiscing. So why do I actually buy Dr Martens secondhand? Well, like most things that are bought secondhand, it's way better for the environment. You're reusing stuff that's already out there in the world instead of getting a company to make a brand new pair just for you. People are ready to give away their clothes, especially now where they're doing a lot of closet cleanouts, and they want to rehome their goods to a good home that will get used. So basically with Dr Martens, they're an awesome thing to buy secondhand because they last so freaking long. They're also kind of a trendy thing to buy, so people will buy them hoping to hop on that trend, but if they're not in love with Dr Martens, then they will just sell them. So there's quite a lot of Dr Martens out there on thrifting sites for you to kind of buy. I think over the past year I've basically bought like over 10 pairs of Docs on Depop and a couple thrifting overseas. So yeah, I kind of have a bit of addiction. Obviously I said these 2 are my newest pairs. If you do want to see me style these in a full video, let me know. Otherwise, here is how I style these white ones, and here is how I style these ones. So obviously when it comes to secondhand Dr Martens, if you thrift them in a store, it's a lot easier. Well, if you can find them. You can see if they're good quality, if they look legit, if the price is right, if you like the color, just everything about them you can see in person, so you can decide on the spot. Although it's really hard to find them in stores. Yeah, you'd be pretty lucky. So I'm really going to dive into a lot of tips for buying them online, specifically Depop because I use that a lot, and yeah, you guys send me through some questions and I'll answer those at the end and hopefully help you out. So first thing you want to do is do some research and work out exactly which Dr Martens you're trying to get. Now there's obviously a lot of Dr Martens that pop up on secondhand sites that are different and not seen in stores these days, but get an idea of what styles you like, try some on in store, and just have an idea of exactly what you want. So for example, I always look for Dr Martens that are platform because I'm really into platform Docs right now, and I know that I'm a UK 6, so I always just kind of look for UK 6s on the websites. Now that you know what you want, you can look on the sites every day. Just look on it every day until you find what you want. Eventually someone will be selling what you want, maybe for a crazy price, but we'll get into pricing in a second. But yeah, look every day. This could be a curse to you, an addiction. I am addicted to looking on Depop every day now, and I really don't need any more Docs, so yeah, try look every day and I'm sure you will find something you're looking for. Once you've found a pair you like, make sure to look at the pictures. If it's got a lot of pictures, that's great. You can see if they're legitimate Dr Martens and if they're going to fit. Honestly, I have a really keen eye for working out if there are fake Dr Martens, only because I've been looking at Dr Martens since I was a teenager. Like all the time, I'm obsessed, so I know exactly what they look like. But if you're new to the game, I will give you some pro tips on how to know if they're real or fake, because there's actually a lot of alternative brands bringing out different Jaden lookalikes and just 1460 lookalikes. So yeah, I will give you some tips right now. So the first thing to look for is that it has this airwear tag. Now, sometimes they can be different colors, Most of the time, if it's a leather shoe, it will be this black and yellow. If it is a vegan shoe, it will have this kind of golden tag, which looks the same. And if they are brown leather docs, hold on a second, they will have this brown tag. And there are a bunch of other tags that you can see out there, like if you have monochrome Doc Martens, they will have a different color tag, but in general, they all will have this tag, and it will all be about this length. Sometimes you see fakes and they'll have like a half-size little tag. That means it's fake. Other good things to look out for is if it has the signature yellow stitching. Some of them don't have yellow stitching if you've got a monocolored pair, but most of the time they'll have the yellow stitching. On the bottom, it'll say Doc Martens Air Cushion. Maybe I'll bring up a photo. And it'll usually say on the bottom here, the original. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some stamps at the bottom. If you have a made in England pair, it will also say made in England down the bottom here. So look out for pictures of the bottom. And also they will always have their size guide, which sometimes rubs off. Can't really show you it, but it's on the inside of that one. I think it's on the side of this one, but there's a size guide just here, and they always look the same. They always have the same kind of layout, and on the right hand side they will say Doc Martens and like the style and everything. So look out for that, as well as inside the shoe it'll say Doc Martens. These ones have Doc Martens there. What else could you possibly need to know? They're also very well made, so look out for fakes because they kind of look shitty. The Doc Martens sandals have like an embossed logo here, and also that is an example of the sizing patch. It's kind of obvious that they are Doc Martens just by all those things, but yeah, after a while of looking, you'll get a keen eye of seeing what's fake, what's real, and what you want to buy. So if the seller doesn't actually have enough pictures for you to verify all those things make it the real Doc Martens, all you have to do is send them a message and hope they will send more photos for you. Usually they do, and yeah, then you can kind of see if you want to buy them. Also, if the seller only has a couple of pictures, you can ask for more pictures just to kind of verify that they're actually Doc Martens, or you could ask where they bought them from and kind of gauge if they're real. So yeah, there's a lot of options out there. Next, what I'll do is, usually people on Depop or any other kind of site, eBay, I think you can make bids, but you can kind of haggle a little bit. So if in their post it doesn't say that they're really firm on price, you can message them, see if you can haggle it down a little bit. I always haggle down a little bit further than I'd actually think I would pay for them, just to see how far they'll go, but I don't do it too ridiculous. Like, make it fair. How much would you spend on these Doc Martens that are secondhand? And think of it from the seller's point of view, like what would you want to get if you were selling these Doc Martens? So yeah, I kind of try to get a better price if it's way too expensive at the time, because sometimes sellers will put it up for a really, really big price just because they want to see if anyone will buy it. Although if the boots or shoes that you're planning on buying are super popular and you're a super popular size like I am, I'm like an Australian 8, a UK 6, which is a really popular size in Doc Martens. I feel like it's the average size, although that is lucky because a lot of people do post that size on Depop. But yeah, as I was saying, if you're looking for a very popular style that's hard to get, it's kind of time sensitive, so maybe don't haggle for those ones. I didn't haggle for these. They both came up like an hour before I saw them, and I just snappled them up straight away. I actually bought them in the same 10 minutes. So these ones ended up being $80, which is a bargain for what these are. The quality is pretty good. They have some scratches on the front, which I don't mind because you can fix that up, and it also gives it a bit of grunge feel to these. Normally, people selling these, because they are a very sought after piece, they would sell them for $150, and I actually would be happy to pay that, but when I saw these for $80, I had to just grab them. So you have to be ready to just kind of snap things up if they come up on Depop, because they will go in a matter of like 5 to 10 minutes if it's a very popular style. Like, I saw these come up again a couple of days ago for $40. They were a bit more ratchet, like they had been worn a little bit more, and I posted them on my Instagram and they were gone within 5 minutes. So you have to be ready if you're keen on a popular style. I think I got these for $130, but they were practically brand new, so you have to take in consideration if they're brand new, how much they've been worn, and yeah, I feel like that was like buying these half price here in Australia, and it was a good deal for me. So I did decide to get those because I was so in love with them, even though that's quite a lot of money for secondhand shoes. But just to give you a ballpark price of what I kind of spend at Dr Martens on Depop, I usually spend from $50 to about $120. They were just a special treat. So these ones I think were $60 or $70 with postage. Which was awesome because I love the style and I've never seen it before. They weren't too worn either. I've kind of worn them out, but yeah, most of the time I do get ones that are pretty much new, and yeah, I'll get them for around $80. I think I got these for around $90. I got my Mary Jane Polly ones for about $70. Yeah, that was about $80, and that's a pretty good price considering in stores right now I think they're around $200, which is friggin' crazy. Okay, so you've decided on some docs, you've bought them, they've arrived. What do you do next? Well, first up, be happy because they're probably going to be super easy to break in because someone else has already done that for you. Depending on the condition of the shoes, I will either leave them or I'll clean them. Most of the time I do leave them because I'm lazy. I haven't cleaned these and I've worn them. I haven't cleaned these. I don't think I've really cleaned most of them. Normally if they are shoes like this and they're kind of new and they don't look shitty, I will just wear them because I'm wearing socks with them and I don't really think I'm going to get any weird feet crud through my socks. So I think it's fine. When it comes to sandals though, I did clean these and I cleaned my white ones as well. My white ones I did get from a thrift store, so I could see what they looked like in the store. But with these, I did clean them when I got them. They were practically brand newish. But I did disinfect them, like just wiped them clean and then let them dry outside. I will do a full video on how to clean Dr Martens, so stay tuned for that. But you can just kind of use your common sense and disinfect these docs. If you're worried about the inside of your Dr Martens, if they do have a removable inner sole, now these ones I've taken the inner sole out, but if they do have a removable inner sole, you can take that out, wash that, or just like put in a new one if you want a fresh new inner sole. Normally I use my own inner soles just because the fit feels better if I put in an extra inner sole. So yes, you can do a few things to clean them up, make them fresh, maybe add new laces if they're kind of gross. There's many things you can do to clean them up. Although I'm pretty lazy and I don't normally do that, and I'm normally pretty excited to wear them, so yeah. Now if you buy them and they don't fit, there are things that you can do. I will again have a full video all about Dr Martens that can help you with the sizing and everything, but in short, basically if they're too big, you can add an inner sole in them and kind of bulk them up a bit and they can fit a bit better. If they're too small, if they already have an inner sole in it, you can take it out and it'll be like half a size, around half a size bigger. But if they don't have that inner sole, what you can do is you can sell them back on Depop. Normally you'll be able to make most of your money back if they don't fit. I once bought a pair of vegan docs, just the black kind, and they fit a little bit smaller, so they didn't fit my feet, and I tried to wear them, but it just wasn't working out. So I sold them again on Depop, and I actually made a bit of profit because the person I bought them from sold them for really cheap, and then I sold them for a little bit more. And yeah, so don't fret if you're not sure on the sizing because you can just resell them. Now, I hope those tips were pretty helpful, but I will answer your questions now. Dappin says, I'm overall confused about how Depop works. So far, I only sell and buy on Poshmark. Okay, so I honestly would be on Poshmark too, but we don't have Poshmark here in Australia, so I use Depop. I feel like it's the same thing. I haven't actually been on it, but it's just where people sell their clothes. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you want to do it the opposite way and you want to sell Dr Martens on Depop, it's pretty much the same process, except backwards. Make sure you post a lot of photos, show people your shoes are legit, and sell them for a good price that you would think people would pay for them. Make sure they're clean when you're selling them, because it would suck to be able to get Dr Martens in the mail and they're all dirty. So yeah, be considerate. And yes, I don't think I need a whole video on how to sell on Depop, because there's a great one here by Haley, which you should watch, Haley in the Details. I will put it up in the top here. She has a lot of selling advice and I don't have a lot, so you can just see that one. Daniela, I think it's Daniela or Daniel, asked, do you know if the sandals stretch? I mean, if over time they stretch. Honestly, I was trying to stretch out my white sandals because they are kind of half a size too small for me, and I was stretching them out by wearing socks around the house, and I think they did stretch out a little bit. So over time, I would say yes, they stretch out, but it takes a lot of time. Shanae asked, how do you find them in such good condition at reasonable prices? Well, you just keep looking, keep resisting. If they look shitty quality, just don't do it. If it's really expensive, you could try Haggle, but if not, just don't give in just because you want them and they're like too expensive and then you can't pay rent. Just wait till you can get the ones that are perfect for you, a good price, size, look, just keep looking every day and you'll find your dream docs. Biangsters asked sizing tips, heel slippage. With the sizing, if you find that your heels are slipping a lot, maybe you could add something at the back so they don't slip so much, or you could add inner sole so it fills up the shoe a bit more. I'll go into sizing in another video, but I hope that kind of helps you. Or you could just make sure you get the women's shoes, which are way more narrower than the men's ones, because I do find that my ankles fall out of some of them if they're too wide. So try to get a narrow style. Vibing Alex asked, do you shop international on Depop? I have not done international. I have inquired about some internationally, but I find with the exchange rate right now in Australia, I am just paying way too much if I try go international. So I keep it all in Australia. What kind of online stores are similar to Depop? Well, there's Poshmark, eBay. eBay is more of a bidding site, and I feel like there's a lot more fakes on eBay because they don't actually show the proper pictures sometimes. So you really need to ask a lot of questions on eBay. Maybe Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace. Hopefully something there. Are the shoes deformed by the feet of the previous user, and is it bad or uncomfortable? I have not witnessed this in my shoes. They have not been deformed. I just make sure that I'm not getting ones that are super old, and if there is an imprint in the inner sole, I would just swap that out. How do you clean them once they're delivered? I just kind of disinfect them with whatever shit I have in the house to disinfect stuff. Just a bit of cleaner, maybe even some detergent, but only a little bit. You don't want to wreck the leather. So yeah, I will show you a full cleaning video another time with proper tips, but right now I just use what I got. How to find the right size. If size are different buying them in store, just try them on in store and look for ones that are similar to the ones in store. Or yeah, I find that the sizing does vary a little bit, but you can kind of fix it up with inner soles. That's my saving grace, inner soles. Best Dr Martens to get as a first pair, I'm not sure. There's lots of different things. Most people get the 1460s, which are just the classic Dr Martens. That's typically everyone's first pair, or the 1461 shoes are a good first pair as well because they go with everything. But if you were hardcore and cool, maybe not me, but a cool person, I would get the Jadens first, because honestly, they're my favorite shoe out of all of them. They fit perfectly, the sizing's great on me, but that is just me. So yeah, up to you. Probably would go a black pair if anything, just so they go with everything. Is all the sizing the same? What about the vegan docs? The sizing is kind of varied. I find the vegan docs are very narrow and almost half a size too small. So yeah, I would maybe size up in the vegan docs, but you really need to try them on. I didn't size up in them because I have really skinny feet, but I think if you had normal size feet to above, I would definitely size up. Alright, I think that's basically all the questions. If I missed some, it's because I said it already. But yes, that's how I get secondhand dogs. I have got a few thrifting, as I said. That was just luck. Good luck to you if you find some in store. You might be able to find heaps now that there will be a lot of people throwing things out. But most of the time, I buy off Depop. Got these bad boys off Depop. Many of them off Depop. So yeah, that is how I do it. I am a bit lazy. I don't clean them most of the time. I just kind of spend a lot of money on Depop. I'm on it all the time. Depop, can you sponsor me? But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys and you can kind of do a little browse while you're at home in isolation. Find some new shoes and yeah. But anyways, I have been Jen. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and until the next Dog Marten video where I ramble on about dog buns, keep wandering.